Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Mike Williams delivers bold message ahead of Steelers-Eagles. The Pittsburgh Steelers could be without wide receiver George Pickens a second straight game in Week 15. He missed practice on December 11th because of a hamstring injury. But what that could mean is another chance for veteran receiver Mike Williams to shine. Williams expressed how eager is he to face the Philadelphia Eagles on December 15th. "I'm excited," Williams told reporters. "I'm looking forward to the opportunity." Williams has spent roughly a month and a half with the Steelers. But he still has high expectations for himself if he plays significant snaps against the number 1 ranked NFL defense. "The sky's the limit. When I'm given the opportunity to make plays, I've shown that I can do that," added Williams. "When the opportunity presents itself, it looks good. I just have to keep taking advantage of the opportunities one get." Williams caught a 32-yard touchdown late in the fourth quarter of his Steelers debut. That proved to be the difference in Pittsburgh's 28-27 victory against the Washington Commanders on November 10th. He then went 3 games without even a target. But Williams stepped up in Pickens' absence versus the Cleveland Browns in Week 14. Pickens was a surprising late scratch because of a hamstring problem. Williams started instead and posted 3 catches for 36 yards. Williams' biggest reception was his last. He hauled in a 22-yard grab on 3rd and 6 late in the third quarter versus Cleveland. The Steelers scored a touchdown 2 plays later to take a 20-point lead. Pittsburgh will need more timely production from Williams if Pickens doesn't dress against the Eagles. But clearly, Williams is looking forward to the opportunity. Part of why is because of how he has taken to his new team. It's a lot of fun. Just the culture. It starts with Coach T and him instilling it in everybody. "He is a player's coach," Williams said. "He wants to do what is right for players. He holds everybody accountable, no matter who you are. He wants to make sure everybody does their job." Williams was able to step up at home against the Browns on December 8th. This week, the challenge is a lot more difficult. The Steelers will visit the Eagles, who give up the fewest yards per game in the NFL. Philadelphia is also ranked second in pass defense. In Week 14, though, the Eagles allowed Carolina Panthers 34-year-old receiver Adam Thielen to post 9 catches for 102 yards. Both were new season highs for Thielen. That could bode well for Williams, who turned 30 in October. The Steelers acquired Williams from the New York Jets at the trade deadline for a 2025 fifth-round pick. Some pundits questioned why the Steelers would give up even a day 3 selection for a rental receiver, but presumably, the reason was exactly what could arise in Week 15. Williams, along with receivers Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin III and Scotty Miller, may need to overcome the loss of Pickens, who led the NFL in yards per catch during 2023. Ranking the Steelers team MVP candidates through 14 weeks. Through 14 weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a record of 10-3, which I'd imagine not many of you saw coming. That also applies to the preseason metrics, with major sportsbooks such as DraftKings pegging the Steelers as a 9-win team and putting an over-under at 8 wins. There are multiple candidates for team MVP because it takes a village to achieve this type of success, as head coach Mike Tomlin would say. Heck, you can even make a case that he's the team MVP, although he won't be eligible for that award. Here are the players that will be eligible, counting down from 5 to 1. 5. DeShon Elliott, a free agent signing this offseason, has turned heads weekly for the black and gold. He stabilized a back end that has cycled in multiple bodies last year, including additions off the street like Eric Rowe. No disrespect to Rowe, who played well, but it was critical to address the safety position opposite of Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'd actually argue that Elliott has been better than Fitzpatrick. He has 96 tackles through 14 weeks, matching his career high. That mark ranks second on the team, just behind ILB Patrick Queen, who has 98 stops. The next highest is Fitzpatrick, at 72. Elliott has registered 6 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. The hard-hitting Swiss Army knife has been all over the field and is a significant reason why Pittsburgh is arguably the top unit in the NFL. 4. Chris Boswell. Yes, a kicker makes this list, but Boswell isn't just any kicker. He's the best in the league. The Wizard of Boz is having an historic season. He has a shot to break the NFL single-season record for most field goals in a season. He currently sits at 36 field goals, as he continues to close in on a record set by former San Francisco 49ers David Akers, who knocked through 44 field goals in 2011. His current pace has him at 47 field goals. He's also 10 of 12 from 50 yards or further, with one of those misses being a blocked kick. He's been named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month twice this season, and I'd anticipate him winning AFC Special Teams Player of the Year. 3. DL Cameron Hayward. What an incredible season the old man has put together, defying father time. Hayward currently leads all AFC defensive linemen in Pro Bowl voting, and it's warranted. The 14-year vet and 6-time Pro Bowler is coming off a game where he sacked Cleveland Browns QB Jameis Winston twice, bringing his total to 8. He also has 10 tackles for loss and 19 quarterback pressures. 2. QB Russell Wilson. When Wilson was signed this season to a 1-year, $1.2 million deal, some saw this as a potential stopgap to the next young signal caller that the Steelers would have to find. The good news is that they won't be in the market anytime soon. In my opinion, he's changed the course of the Steelers' season. The black and gold have gone from a sneaky playoff team to a legitimate Super Bowl contender. His veteran leadership and poise have been on full display. Let's take a where he currently stacks up against the rest of the league. 1. OLBTJ. What it's been a relatively quiet few weeks for the 2022 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, but only by his standards. Watt still leads the league in tackles for loss and forced fumbles and has registered 9.5 sacks, good for 7th in the NFL. I'd anticipate that number getting close to 15 at the season's end. Watt's presence simply can't be overstated. Without him on the field, the Steelers' record is 1-10 over the years. Let's process that for a second. I have never seen a statistic like that connected to someone other than a quarterback. He's the current favorite to take home another Defensive Player of the Year award, once again proving he's the best in the league. So considering that, how can he not be the MVP of his team? Mike Tomlin reveals why Steelers won't sign J.J. Watt. The Pittsburgh Steelers have seemingly had one of the best defenses in the league during the tenure of Mike Tomlin. One of the many great defensive players who has come through Pittsburgh to fortify the defense is former Defensive Player of the Year and star edge rusher T.J. Watt. While on the Pat McAfee Show Friday, Tomlin was jokingly asked by host Pat McAfee if the team could sign future Hall of Fame defender and the older brother of T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt. "We don't have enough cash for 2 Watts," Tomlin said with a smile. It would be a wild scene if the Steelers made the move to sign the oldest Watt brother. While he is missing a Super Bowl ring, J.J. Watt has accomplished everything there is to accomplish as an edge defender in this league. The 3-time Defensive Player of the Year is set to stroll into the Pro Football Hall of Fame when his time comes. In regards to the current state of the Steelers, this 10-3 squad has a chance to be a dark horse Super Bowl team this year. While all eyes are on the Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills in the AFC, the Steelers look like a very underrated team. This Sunday afternoon, the Steelers will face the NFC East leading Philadelphia Eagles on the road in a hostile environment. If Mike Tomlin, T.J. Watt, and company strolled into Philly and secured the victory, it could be a huge momentum builder for this team as the playoffs draw closer. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of J.J. Watt? Leave your opinion in the comments.